Hi, I'm Trey,
I'm Keith.
and we're two very easily annoyed white guys.
We're going to be talking about some current events today that are going on in the news. Specifically, an article I wanted to talk about is about this teacher that had previously been in some porn and she lost her job. In fact, the panel that made the decision ruled 3-0 against her being returned to work. That kind of pisses me off, and I'll tell you why. Um, Normally, one thing I can't really stand are feminists. But and I'm actually surprised, and I've been on a couple of forums on the articles, and I haven't really seen the feminists, flipping out about this.
You need
My
them. You need them to weigh in on stuff like this because otherwise, what are they good for?
right. Well, my point was this. If this, I think this chick is about. I really should have the article up while we're talking. I'm being irresponsible. This is not responsible journalism. I
Oh,
apologize. I'm going to pull the article up. Trey, entertain the audience.
uh, two guys walk into a bar. One guy is dressed like a nun. The other guy is dressed like a rabbi. The bartender says, "What the fuck is this? Some kind of joke?" Um, so there's that.
Okay, here's the article
He's
here.
got the article up, which
All right. This young lady, I won't say her name, even though it's all over the internet, is 32 years old. Okay, and is basically
turned their
said
life around.
she's not fit to return to the classroom. And again, I make the point: if this woman were 50 years old and beyond what society
Introducing the
considers
V-Slider from Attic the
attractive,
high-impact video ad unit
thank
that
you,
reaches over.
Yahoo, for that.
Pop-ups, in case the show is getting bad, Yahoo's going to periodically advertise things that we have no need or use for.
I'd like to keep the article up here just in case, but if that keeps happening, I'm gonna send it away. But anyhow, it says right. She wasn't in porn while she was a teacher. She did this before she became a teacher. And the question one has to ask oneself: how long should somebody be beholden to their past?
Well, what is the statute of limitations between, doing stuff in movies that we're not going to discuss here because, frankly, it would just get me all hot and bothered. And so there's, what is the statute of limitations between porn and academia? 3 years, 5 years. Is there some point where somebody has not? It seems to have. You should have absolved themselves at some point of their porning and is now fit to be among our our children, among our impressionable children that we're in the position of educating. We're not talking about one of these women, and this is the thing that's really important here. We're not talking about one of these women that has sexted her students. And when we're talking about porn here, we're not talking about she got naked in the bathroom mirror with the iPhone and then sent it to all the boys in her class. Those people are scum. I'm not making an excuse for it. This is a lady who used to do porn and now she teaches. And she's not teaching porn and she's not blowing her students, for lack of anything more appropriate than I could have just said there.
Right. And the question is, who discovered this? Was it the children? Were there kids out there? Hey, look, Mrs. Such and Such is, taking it in the back door. No, chances are it was a parent or another faculty member. And what were they doing?
This is my how does somebody bring this to the table? Well, I was on the internet last night and I was looking up recipes for Thanksgiving dinner and ways to decorate a house, and in between there, I may or may not have viewed some material of an adult nature. And let's just say, for the sake of an argument, that I was, whacking my bag and stumbled across Mrs. Applegate engaging in any number of untoward activities. Um, yeah, that's the hero. Is that the guy that you pin a medal on and go, hey, thanks for finding that on the porn there. How we looking for the Nationals? Because he's the coach. It would be the coach, the sex ed guy. And So you got to pin an award on that guy, first of all, for being the watchdog out there perusing the internet for inappropriate material, lest the kids find it first.
It says it all came to light when the students informed officials about an adult video online. Well, are these? I'm trying to find if this is a okay. It's intermediate school. I'm guessing that's a middle school.
Is this in Canada or
Sorry.
something?
I'm showing Oxnard, wherever the hell that is. Yeah, I'm showing my American ignorance here. Thank you. Hi, uninformed.
How old is a kid in intermediate school?
I have no idea.
We'll have to.
Intermediate sounds like middle school to me.
Can we get some fact checking on that? We need intermediate school, and I need pie.
Can somebody get me a latte? Can I get a latte? Mocha.
There's always got to be somebody off stage.
Cinnamon.
And then that aftertaste.
No, you put skim milk in it last night. No, you put no. It was skim. Motherfucker!
We're supposed to be.
Jeez.
This is not why I'm in this business.
God, we're gonna have to edit that out.
Hire the handicap. They're fun to watch.
Yeah, it's like every Taco Bell has a lobby tard.
Yeah.
Did I just say that out loud? Yes, I did.
Oh dear.
But the question's being asked: should a teacher with a past in pornography be allowed in the classroom if they've done nothing criminal? I say yeah. Actually, I don't think, because here's the thing. That's like asking me, should a guy that used to deliver pizza and Chinese food for a living now be allowed to work for the government as, in a semi-decent middle-class paying job? It would be holding to say, well, what were you were talking about castes earlier.
Well, the caste system in India would dictate that once somebody is always a farmer, for example, that he's always got to be a farmer. It's kind of like Marxism, but without the pain.
Right.
Or with more pain. Yeah, sorry.
And it's, yeah, again, if this young lady took the effort and the initiative to go out and get an education, to teach, you at least have to have, like, a master's, right?
At least a bachelor's in education, an MBA.
Right. And so, I mean, if she, did that to put herself through school, more power to her, because Lord knows I used to work for an escort service, and a number of those girls were putting themselves through college. We won't ask how, but you can figure it out. But whatever she did to get where she had to be, I call that ambition.
Right. I mean, if you think about the thousands of people that have been presented with the opportunity to better themselves, they weren't necessarily born with a silver spoon in their mouth, but they belong to a protected class of discriminated individuals. And so there's the college fund has been laid out for them. There's these other means of bettering oneself, and they don't even have to work a day for it. So obviously this lady has clearly taken the money that she made in her theatrical debut, and she's parlayed that into tuition and books and all of the things necessary to improve her station in life. This is a capitalist society. This is an opportunity to grow.
It's the Walter White scenario.
Right.
It's exactly what it is.
It's actually the reverse of the Walter White scenario, because this lady actually wants to be a teacher now.
Right, but taking essentially what's considered an illicit, somebody's idea of an illicit practice to...
Excuse me, some members of the audience may not be aware, Walter White is Bryan Cranston's character in Breaking Bad, who was a school teacher, science teacher, then he applied his skills to making methamphetamine. So this is the reverse of that, sort of. Instead of making porn, which is, a type of addiction, this woman has now become a respectable pedagogue, an academe.
Yeah, porn's not a bad thing. You talk about porn.
I don't.
That's a topic for another video. So I think we've both made
my views on porn, please.
I think we've both made our cogent points here. So I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up. But the question again, I think this young lady deserves to get her job back. Any way you slice it.
I think she deserves to get her job back, and then the coach or maybe the lady from home ec deserves to be fired for looking at the internet and then being a tattletale.
Maybe one day she made pot brownies in the past. You never know.
We all have our skeletons. I got skeletons. Skeletons.
And I think that's a good note. I think that's a good positive note. Actually, we all have our skeletons. How long are you beholden to your past? I've always said your past has nothing to do with where you are now, and it certainly has nothing to do with where you're going.
So onwards and upwards, and more power to this teacher for now wanting to be a good example.
Sounds good to me. Have a nice one.